soda or something, please feel free. And also, you could pass the appetizers if that would be easy, because I know some people look hungry on the sides and in the back. So we've got some wings, we've got some sambusas, both lentil vegetarian ones and some beef ones and some chicken ones. And if there's something else we can kind of grab, let us know. But thank you all for being here. We're very happy to have you. Initially, I was going to have some slides looping with just general neighborhood updates. So I'm actually going to rush through a couple of these because I know we have some good content for you tonight and some great guest speakers. Just a reminder of who we are and that we serve you guys as the neighborhood. I was going to have fun facts sliding by, so just keep an eye out for these at our next meeting. But we all are very fun people, and we all have fun facts, and we all have goals for our service here. So look at all these fun facts. We're a super fun group. Yep. Look at us. Look at how fun we are. Okay. Membership report. We actually have increased quite substantially to 360 resident members. The businesses, oh, thank you. No, just kidding. The businesses, there's a reason that those have gone down. We actually had listed about 141 members, but those were all like mostly lapsed, and we needed the number of contacts in our system. So we archived those people, those businesses, and we'll work on building those relationships up again and say, hey, this is currently a free business membership. Here's what that looks like, but that's why that number is kind of significantly down. If you are not a CNA member, it is $20 a year, gets you access to our tool shed, our dispatch in your mailbox, dispatch magazine directly in your mailbox. There's some other kind of members only events here and there. And it gets you discounts on things like home tour, and really just supports the efforts that we do, which are mostly free for the community. Oh, were you taking a picture? I saw someone taking a picture of the screen. Okay. All right. Checking account. Do you mind if I just do it, Allie? You good? Okay. So right now we're at $54,756. That's actually up about $10,000. The reason for that being home tour sponsorships are coming in. The main ingredient has sponsored $5,000 towards home tour. Ed Drummond with Capstone Realty has sponsored $2,500 toward home tour. Arizona Wilderness Brewing has sponsored $500, and we have a couple $125 so far. Our savings has gone up about 62 cents since last month. So that's that interest for you. Giving program, we're still operating this. There's free money for our community members to take initiative to plan events and execute them. We're hoping that Caring Coalition will apply for a giving program grant here soon. We've worked on funding with them before. Arts and Culture has a lot of money left. Coronado Kids, if you want to see kids specific programming and make it come to life yourself, we will give you money to do it. And then safety, we have some safety funds, but we're also really working hard on supporting trap, neuter, release, and that's happening at a significant rate, I would say. At least I don't know what significant or insignificant looks like for number of cats, but it's good stuff. Yeah. So thank you. Please apply for that. The dispatch is literally out today. So you can pick up copies. We have brand new copies over here. If you are a member, it should be in your mailbox. It might be today or tomorrow, but some of us I know have already received it in our inbox or our mailboxes. And thank you to Joey, or AKA Phil Freedom, who helped us put this together. And then all of our contributors who helped write for this, like Carissa, myself, Craig Rossman, quite a few neighbor, Diane here helped contribute. So we are very grateful for neighbor contributions. Community Action Committee, we're actually changing the monthly meetings. Essentially, these are kind of going to be little like gatherings at the beginning of our street or alley cleanups instead of a separate dedicated meeting, because it was getting sad when it would only be like 2 people showing up to this meeting. And then we thought, we know people care about safety and want to be part of community action, so let's go where they're already taking action, to the cleanups. So speaking of which, Saturday, January 24th is the next one, and it's for Miracle Mile, McDowell Road. Kind of thinking ahead for getting spiffed up before home tour. So wear a hat and sunscreen, bring gloves and a picker, although we do have some to share. Oh, and then this was a cool video that I saw that's maybe a little longer than I want to show. Let's see.
But behind me is something special. But to fully appreciate it, we need to talk
This is going to be too long.
about one of the
Maybe we will share this on our social media. But it was a yes. So this guy, he was out in, I want to say, Ohio, maybe Tennessee. Oh, Chattanooga. Yes, Tennessee. So he was talking about how there's all of these like little small scale tasks, and then there's these large scale tasks, and it can be really frustrating when we're trying to work with like local governments when like they, you know, I'm not going to do a great job at summarizing this, but essentially the little tasks are stuff that like we often take on as neighbors, and then the large scale tasks where we really need help from city efforts, and then there's these medium tasks that feel just a little too large for us but end up being lower maybe on the city department's priorities. And coming together, those are things like the alley cleanups, the street cleanups. Like in this specific case, they found in this part of town that people came together, they started clearing these sidewalks. They found out that there were sidewalks that were so covered they didn't know they existed. And the neighbors came together to help start clearing these so that they were accessible for people again. And that in turn then made the city really, really thrilled with them as well. It made them a good partner because then they could help donate, like bring some of the resources, like some of the heavier equipment that might be required to clear stuff like that. But ultimately, it's really a partnership between neighbors and the city. Laura, you were you sent me that. Did I do okay?
I think you did a great job.
Okay.
Coming together as a
We're gonna,
community
yeah.
to deal with those like medium-sized problems that the
Yes.
city can't do and you as an individual can't deal with.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's
Thank
what
you.
community cleanups are all about.
Yes. So please come to our community cleanup, our street cleanup on the 24th. And we will post this to our social media. Come on. Porch concert. This is planned by Brad Bridwell and friends, but that is January 31st from 3 to 9 p.m. I don't have details on locations or who's hosting or anything like that, but they are collecting sponsorships now. If you want to build yourself a phone tree for people on your street, we highly recommend that. Here's what we actually did. That's supposed to be oh, I don't have the photos of the art crawl on here. That's why. So we did the Coronado art crawl, which was wildly successful, I would say. I, for one, spent quite a bit of money for Christmas gifts for myself. I bought one gift for somebody else, and the rest was for me. So, and then this was in fact the alley cleanup at 15th Street and Hubble, and we really like cleared all kinds of yard debris. We weren't doing landscaping, but we were making it so that it's less of a fire hazard, so that it's less of an eyesore, and it, I would say, looks beautiful now. So thank you to those who came. We had a really good group. I want to say like 10 to 12 people there, and I wore the wrong attire for doing so. And my jacket survived anyway. And then we also did a Holiday Lights bike ride and hot cocoa social. And so I'll just scroll through some images from that. But you can see it was a really fun event for families, for those of us who helped put it on. Home tour is still a thing. Remember, feature your house. Please help us plan home tour, right? Be a street fair vendor, sponsor us. We're going to have the volunteer signups out any day for day of, and we have shortened our shifts to just 2 hours from about 3.5 to 4 hours long. So we will need more of you, but for less time. And I hope that's good news. Oh, you just wait until I go to the right slideshow. Okay. Present. And I was going to do a host intro, and we'll maybe grab him in a few minutes. But this is where you are. Good job making it here. Hope everyone got here safely and parked well. And yeah, it's a beautiful space. We'll have him come out in a little bit. I do want to update you all. So starting with our next meeting, we are updating our structure of these meetings a little bit. What we want to do is have a slightly earlier start time at 6:30, but we actually kind of want you guys to start coming at 6 because that's when we want to start putting out appetizers, be available for socializing with your neighbors, as well as having social time afterwards while we're kind of tidying up, but making sure you feel welcome to be part of this that entire time. Less recaps. So the stuff that I just covered, we're going to have that stuff looping so that you can just see the photos, so that you can kind of see the updates, and then leave the real bulk of the meeting to our experts, our guests, our community discussion, solving problems together. And in turn, to make sure that you're not just missing what's looping on the slides, we do plan to send more emails. We've gotten multiple requests from people to actually communicate with you more rather than just a once monthly email that says, here's everything happening this month. Please remember. We're going to start reminding you with emails. And of course, you can follow our socials. And if you don't like our emails, you can unsubscribe. That's always an option. We hope you don't, but we do plan to email you more and say, hey, remember that we have this bike ride coming up this week. We hope to see you there, that kind of thing. So that's what you can expect from us. And hopefully we'll see you February 5th. The location will actually be at Trellis, which is also on McDowell, but just down the street a little bit. We will again provide food, beverages. Oh, look, there's that again. Okay, here's the official one for Saturday. Home tour. We've reached 8 houses. Woo! Good job, team. And I really want to thank Camille and Chris for helping us recruit some of those houses. We would still be fine, perfectly fine with getting some more houses. But I think we would want to limit it to like 10. But we do have 8 houses, and we have Guru Nanak Dwara. We're doing something a little bit different with businesses. Any businesses that want to participate, we can feature them really like more as sponsors. And they can be open or have specials. TMI, for example, is going to have specials specifically for people who are have tickets, so therefore you have wristbands from being a paying home tour attendee. But we're going to start working with businesses on that soon. Yes. No, no. He said definitely next year. Yeah, yeah. I've heard that a few times. Yep. But thank you for encouraging that. So again, home tour hosts do get a $300 reimbursement check if you want to use it towards cleaning, small house improvement, landscaping, whatever. There's some other stuff coming up. But we can provide more information if you know of somebody with a cool house who's willing to talk to us for a little bit about it. The bulk trash and alley survey, the reason that you're all here tonight, probably, except some of you would have come anyway, and we thank you for that. So we actually got 173 responses. That is about 100 more votes than we get when our board runs for new elections. So, right, it says that bulk trash in general is more important than us. But we get it. We don't want your trash to sit around either. So thank you for sharing your voice. This data is going to allow us, for one, we're sharing this with our friends at Public Works. We're sharing it with our friends at Neighborhood Services Department, with our council person's office, and anybody else who will find this useful and can help us with challenges in our community, right? So thank you for completing that. We know it was a long survey, but thank you. So with that, some of the data here, 96% of responders were in fact aware of the new scheduled bulk pickup program, and 41% have in fact scheduled a bulk pickup. 60% did express dissatisfaction with the new bulk pickup program, and 48% rated alley conditions in their immediate areas as problematic. Those are all, aside from the top one, those numbers are too high, right? So we're going to work on that. Kind of the sentiment around the new bulk pickup, the top concerns: bulk trash is no longer picked up from alleys. Illegal dumping has increased. There's confusion about the rules and timing. Trash accumulates between the scheduled pickups. Homeowners are cited for trash they didn't place. And the top impacts: someone said, I'm regularly cleaning up trash that isn't mine. I've had safety concerns. I avoid using the alleys. I've had property damage or theft, or I've received a citation or warning. So additionally, 78% of respondents believe alley pickup for bulk trash in Coronado is very important. 44% support a hybrid approach, which I think is positive. And 76% would support reverting to scheduled quarterly bulk trash pickup. Individual scheduling was no longer available. So we can have our friends here kind of address some of that. And with that, I guess it's your turn. Yeah. So I do want to thank Robert. I want to thank Ana Maria and Eduardo, and also Greg from Neighborhood Services for coming tonight. And we'll have Neighborhood Services here again next week. So Oh, and then you have slides. Let me pull those up for you. Do you want to take this? So this microphone. Oh, did it go away? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, yep, sit.